Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to be streaming the Bughouse World Championship in the open section consolation match for third versus fourth place. We're waiting for the match to get started. Players might be a little late, but I wanted to start on time. So the players who will be playing are Grandmaster Penguin GM1 and International Master Wormpaca versus FIDE Master Chickencrossroad and FIDE Master Zyxon. They played half their match earlier this week on Sunday. So currently the score is 21.5 to 18.5 with Chicken and Zyxon leading. They're supposed to start right now. So I'm not sure when they'll be starting, hopefully soon. Oh, let me see. Some chat going on here. Okay, Zyxon says they need a few minutes. So I guess they're setting up Discord and things like that. Penguin and Wormpaca have been warming up. They won a few games in the random pool here. The last game they won on time by Flag and True Player, who's a very fast player, but Penguin is among the fastest in the world. So these players are playing first to 35. Hey Sakia, thanks for watching. Hey New Duke. So this could be over in as little as 14 games, but it's been a pretty close match so far, and I expect them to go back and forth. Chicken and Zyxon are going to have to work pretty hard to maintain their lead. Thanks everyone for watching. If anyone wants to co-commentate with me, let me know. I've contacted Jay Killer, who commentated with me in the previous match, or in the first half of this match, and he doesn't seem to be communicating. I guess I could try texting him. I just tried Discord. Let's see. Let me find Jay Killer. Okay, I texted him. Hopefully that's still his number. That was his number like 10 years ago. Let's see. We could check the bracket while we're waiting. So our finals have already been played. This is the consolation match for third versus fourth. So the finals were Grandmasters Larso and Genna versus National Masters Marvel and okay, Jay Killer's busy tonight. National Masters Marvel and Skyfall. Or no, I'm sorry. No, Marvel and Chewy. Marvel and DC for life and no Chewy candy. And the Grandmasters Larso and Genna won the finals. If you missed that match, you can find it in my Twitch VODs and also on YouTube. So we're waiting. The losers of the semifinals are playing against each other to determine third versus fourth place. Chicken won the Bughouse World Championships 3 years ago, but he was partnered to 12 Teen at the time. And Zyxon always finishes strongly. I've known these players for many years. So Zyxon was Firefly in the Free Net chess server. I first met him at a Bughouse Gathering in 2001, and we actually did a mini tournament with maybe 30 people were there, so we had like 15 teams, and they paired high versus low, like the highest rated person with the lowest rated person, second highest with the second lowest, etc. And at that point, I was the second lowest person there, so I was partnered with Zyxon, who was the second highest person. And we did quite well in that tournament. We didn't win, but I think we overperformed. Zyxon always does well in the Berlin tournament, which is widely regarded to be the world championships over the board of Bughouse for many years. He usually finishes either first place. Maybe always finishes either second place or first place, depending whether there's like a really strong team playing against him. And he partners a variety of people. He doesn't go on every time with the same partner. So Firefly's been a fixture in the Bughouse community since 1995, at least, maybe 1994. Chicken got big in the Bughouse community in 2007 and has been very active since then. Hey, Dr. Ringo, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. This is going to get a lot more interesting once people start playing. Hey, Chicken. So that's one of our players there, chickencrossroad, who also streams. Not sure what the holdup is here. But the game has not started yet. So Chicken is going to be partner in Zyxon. Penguin and Wormpaca are ready for them. So I think we're waiting on Zyxon at this point. Oh, here we go. The match has started. Let me make sure I have the score the right place. And I'm going to have to do some addition, it looks like, because in my screen they're starting off like 0-0, but we are resuming where they left off. So for those who don't know what Bughouse is, I'm going to put the rules in the Twitch chat. Bughouse is a chess variant played by 4 players in teams of 2. Whenever you capture a piece, you hand it to your partner, and you can take a normal chess. Instead of a normal chess move, you can take any piece your partner's handed you, place one on any empty square as a move. This looks pretty bad for Penguin. So pawn takes knight, then new pawn in. That's going to almost certainly lead to mate. Zyxon has a very safe king. Chicken has a very safe king. Okay, they're trading off some pieces, it looks like. I think this queen is fine for Chicken. I mean, Chicken's the one attacking. So I think Penguin is just trying to get safe, which is really hard with this queen in Zyxon's hand. Zyxon probably thinking about taking the knight. Oh, okay, he's just going to grab a queen at this point. And he just castles into safety. And he's going to leave these pieces to attack another time. If knight takes, there's a smothered mate. So knight can't take the pawn. There was almost a mate here. So Zyxon was actually defending, because rook in can start to be scary. There's not enough defenders on this pawn. Penguin doing a good job defending. He looked pretty much dead a few moves ago, and now he's surviving. Zyxon would like some more material. Are we going to go rook in? Nope. Apparently not. He's given up the queen. This is a scary hole in the position. Wow. Penguin's being really greedy now. So Chicken really close to mate here. Bishop mates. What? Oh, knight check. Nice mate. Okay, so Chicken's Zyxon on that one. Now we have 22.5 to 18.5. But I gotta change where the score is. Hey, Grathy. Grathy, thanks for partnering me the other night. It was a lot of fun. Chicken's king a little bit unsafe because he was sacked on, so he's put in the rook behind to defend. Zyxon has some light squared weaknesses. Maybe he wants to attack, but I think Penguin can withstand this attack. There's just not enough material. Oh, queen trade on offer. This could be nice attack for Chicken too. Chicken has a very double-edged position. Penguin looks like trying to pick up some material, tempo the queen. King goes up, another knight will land on c5, I assume. We have a bishop battery. You don't see bishop batteries in normal chess because it's hard to have two dark squared bishops. Oh, what happened? Okay, somehow that was a win for the Chicken Zyxon team. Didn't really see how. But our score 23.5 to 18.5 is first to 35. No win by two condition. It's just over at that point. And there's a significant prize pool here. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think it's like... I forget what the exact numbers are for third versus fourth place. I think it's a difference of like $200, something like that. Cutting off the rook. Chicken trying hard to attack, but Wormpaca actually seems surprisingly safe. In the meantime, Zyxon has a decent attack, but there's so many of these squares are covered. So this may be like a fake attack. Like it looks like an attack, but he might actually be safe. Well, now there's an actual hole on f7 where a rook could land, potentially. Let's look at the time. Time is fairly close, which is actually good for the chicken team. As there's the chicken team, Chicken Zyxon, if they get down too much time, like 5 or 10 seconds, then it's catastrophic for them. This Penguin is the best hyperbullet player in the world, so he would just chess the heck out of them. Okay, is there like a smothered... Oh wait, no, that's just mate. Okay, so that was a mate for the Penguin team. So our score is now 23.5 to 19.5, still favoring Chicken Zyxon. Something happened. Oh, hey, Stellar Chess. Thanks so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Let's give you a shout out. Hope your stream went well. Thanks for the follow from Ann Wilcox. So for the folks who just came in, this is, first of all, this is Bughouse. Bughouse is a chess variant played by 4 players in teams of 2. Whenever you capture a piece handed to your partner, you can make a normal chess move, where you take any of the pieces in reserve that your partner has handed you, place one on any empty square as a move, and checkmate or flag, either board ends the game. Play on chess.com. We are watching the World Championships here, providing commentary, and we've already had the finals. So first of all, there's 2 sections. There's the open section and the challenger section. So open is over 2,000, challengers is under 2,000. This is the open section, where the best players in the world play. We've already had the finals to determine first and second. This is the consolation match to determine third versus fourth place. And there is a lot of money on the line. Total prize fund for the tournament was $5,000. So some real money being affected here. There's at least $2,000, not 2,000, I'm sorry, at least $200 difference between third and fourth place here. But everyone's making some money. So Chicken attacking Wormpaca. The problem here is Wormpaca is up a significant amount of time, and Zyxon now needs to defend. I don't think Zyxon has enough in attack here. You could try knight check and then queen in, but I think this king is going to be safe. And if the king is safe, then really he needs to worry about defense. And hard to defend. Yeah, that's a mate. Alright, so our score is now 23.5 to 20.5, favoring Chicken Zyxon. In this second session, which started tonight, our score is 2 to 2. And it's first to 35 will determine the winner. If anyone out there wants to co-commentate with me, let me know. Happy to have more commentators in the booth. Pawn promoted to king. Well, you can promote to king in giveaway, otherwise known as loser's chess or suicide. I used to play a lot of suicide back in the day. I was mediocre at it. I was like 2,000, 2,100 strength on the free internet chess server. I knew all the standard like one move mate combinations. Like suicide or giveaway is a you try to lose your pieces and you're forced to capture. And it's kind of a weird variant because like there are three different moves that white can make on move one that instantly loses. And there's followed a like 15 move combination that is all forced. Um so that's D4, D3, and E4 are all forced losses for white. E3 not a forced loss. But yeah, you can promote to a king in giveaway chess. Alright, so this looks quite good for chicken. Queen coming in here and then a knight will mate. Maybe not so good. Honestly, it looks like Zyxon is dead. I was focusing too much on one board there. Okay, so that's another win for the Penguin team. So our score 23.5 to 21.5. Penguin Wormpaca are catching up. Chicken Zyxon still in the lead. Chicken attacking these weak dark squares. I don't like that move because this is a scary place for the diagonal. Now the diagonal's attacking chicken's position. Ooh. That's looking a little rough for chicken. Now a knight is very good for chicken or a rook. Rook mates immediately. Knight, he can win the rook and later promote. In fact, I think he has mate. Knight takes bishop, check, and then knight back. He doesn't even need to promote. This is... Or no, I guess he can interpose. So king over knight takes, interpose a piece. Or no, that doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, it's just mate. Yeah, so Wormpaca completely dead. Zyxon needs to live for 4 seconds, though. And he's playing against the best hyper bullet player in the world. So it's going to be really tough to survive against Penguin, especially down material here. Got to make up 2 more seconds still. He's now up time. Chicken needs to rattle off 3 moves, though. It's not like immediate. I mean, he can pre-move. Okay. Well, that made it easier. Alright, so our score now 24.5 to 21.5. It is first to 35. Penguin getting sacked on does not take the sacked knight. The Zyxon can just pull that knight back, or he could take the queen. If he takes the queen, then Penguin's going to be pretty safe here, but he does pick up some material from Penguin. So chicken on the attack. Zyxon needs to survive. Looks pretty crushing for chicken. Rook in. Yep. That's mate. 25.5 to 21.5. Favoring chicken and Zyxon. So thank you to chess.com for provide in a homepage embed so we can get more viewers for this important match. Queen mates for Zyxon. That's the queen right there. That was really bad coordination on their part. I think the time was even, so they could have sat there. But every game is important here. When we saw the finals, there were like a few heartbreaking games. I think even like the last game of the match where Chewy and Marvel could have easily won those games that just all went the other direction to Larson and Genna. So a rook is quite good for chicken here. Well, Wormpaca, never mind. Wormpaca's on move. Wormpaca wants a bishop. Like a pawn plus a bishop is okay in either order. Penguin is attacking this bishop here. So we could retreat the bishop. And then what would happen? Maybe knight takes. You fork the queen and the bishop. You need a pawn and a bishop, not either one alone. Bishop first would be best. Bishop check. Well, no, I guess it doesn't matter. Either one, if you get the bishop first, king moves over, you always have one extra move to then get the pawn next move. But eventually you want a bishop to land on e6, pawn to land on f6, and that is game over. Hold on, you don't need a bishop. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. One pawn wins. Pawn check, king up, queen up check, pawn push, queen takes. One pawn mates. And they are up time. Pawn is forced. Knight takes pawn. You can do. Zyxon could throw in a knight check. I guess a knight check is the only way to try to prolong it. Try to throw in a sneaky knight check at the last second. I think Penguin can safely pre-move knight takes. Whoa, what? Don't know why they chose to do it this way. They still ended up flagging. So Wormpaca had an extra second at the end there. But by the way, the score this session, so just tonight, is 5-4 favoring Chicken Zyxon. But the score for the entire match is 26.5 to 22.5. So we did have one draw in there. Hey, young UK baller. Question a scramble. No, yeah. Don't get me wrong. The Penguin team, much better in scrambles. So, I mean, I guess there wasn't much downside there, but I mean, my point was they were throwing something to chance, which could have been done with zero risk because, like, a pawn was forced, like, for sure. Penguin is on the attack. Zyxon is running. Zyxon down pieces. Probably wants a pawn to start his attack. Pawn plus knight. Throw the pawn in. But Wormpaca up time, so he's not going to give him that. I'll take this knight, maybe? Does that mate him with queen in? You could also just come back here, maybe guard this diagonal. That's an odd life choice. I guess it protects two squares, but cuts off the rook from defending. Can he just come over here? He tests no blockers. So, oh, there's a pawn. Okay. So if he plays rook takes, then bishop takes, queen in. Looks scary. This is just really hard for Zyxon to defend. And not only that, Wormpaca is actually on an attack. Zyxon keeps shedding material here and doesn't really have anything to show for it. Nice mate by Penguin. Our score now 26.5 to 23.5. Still favoring Chicken's Zyxon. Our score 5 to 5 in this second session. Penguin on the defense. A double-edged position on the chicken board. So Wormpaca could attack with a knight. Chicken trying to come in with the light squares. It's a very symmetrical position. I think we take this bishop. Okay, throws in a check first. Still think we take this bishop. But maybe he's going to wait till he has the diagonal in hand first. Or g7. Oh, okay. Interesting. So a knight is good for Zyxon, would win a queen. There's also some sneaky moves. Knight takes pawn, queen takes bishop possibility. Knight can't come in to defend because it's pinned. Oh, and he sees it. Okay. Queen is good, rook is good. They've traded off the queens. Another knight could come in here. Now Penguin is the one attacking, and he does have a lot of extra material to work with. This defends and attacks at the same time. Always good strategy. Okay, he didn't have any other blockers, so he had to drop the queen. 2 queens in Wormpaca's hand. And they've resigned that, so another win for Penguin Wormpaca. 26 to 24, still favoring Chicken's Zyxon. First to 35. We have as many as 20 games left here. Zyxon defending his castle king. We could take this knight, but he's just gonna try to build a wall around his king. By the way, last night I was streaming some Bug House. I was playing against Zyxon at the end. He was partnered to Miss Jenny. I ended my stream because it was like a frustrating match. We kept coming against them in the random pool. I was trying to teach my partner how to play. It was tough when I kept getting crushed by Zyxon. Honestly, I had like better games than I deserved against him. I felt like I was winning most of the games, but my partner was kind of getting rolled, and I was not able to feed him moves as I usually try to feed my partner moves. It's because Zyxon's so fast and I have my hands full. So Zyxon putting a lot of pressure on his opponent. I think he could take the queen, then take back. That picks up a pawn in the process, still attacking. That's a mate threat. Rook in is possible. Maybe. Or, well, I guess you could take the rook first, then put rook in. Is there mate? Oh, oh, never mind. This knight defends. Okay. You got to take with queen. Automatic. Otherwise, if you took with bishop, rook here would mate. The chicken needs to lose a bit of material here. That knight check was to vacate the knight from that position there. Oh, discovered double check. Discovered double check mate. I score 27.5 to 24.5. Let me see. Do I have these in the right place? I think so. The chicken Zyxon are winning. Our score today is 6 to 6. There was an earlier session on Sunday they played. We're adding the two scores together. The chicken would like some material to attack, maybe bishop check. Although he may want this bishop to still help defend him. Bishop is good defensively to guard some of these squares, but you know, a check could be helpful. He just develops this bishop more. That prevents like pawn at d2 from being a thing. New knight at g3, still a possibility. We've traded off a bit of material. Oh, Wormpaca coming in. Another queen would mate for chicken. Now it's Wormpaca's turn. Queen mates, knights are good. Okay. Oh wow, winning the queen. I think he just put a pawn there. If he takes the queen, that hurts with initiative. Now maybe you take twice. Oh, knight mates, rook mates. There's a knight. Mate for Wormpaca. 27.5 to 25.5. Favoring chicken Zyxon. And for today, Wormpaca and Penguin are up 7 to 6. I think Penguin Wormpaca were not in very good practice the last time they played. They played a few warm-up games before this series started today, and I think their match from Sunday warmed them up at least a little bit. Zyxon's king looks very sad. A lot of weaknesses. A knight would be pretty catastrophic for him, and this knight right here is hanging. He's had to make some sacrifices here. So if bishop takes, then there's a knight in threat. Okay, never mind. So Penguin picks up some material. Wormpaca has two queens in hand, although that's all he has. Peace flow theory as oh, by the way, this pawn can be taken. Probably a good move. Okay, he's just gonna grab the rook for now. The true player is fond of saying that peace flow theory is important, where you should look at what material you're given to your partner's opponent. And if they only have queens in hand, maybe there's not much they can do with the queen, as they need other ammunition. Okay, so a rook mates for Zyxon. That's probably why he's sitting. The idea is knight check, knight check. Okay. You gotta take that now. Oh wow, okay, knight mates. Pawn in, can he do? Oh, pawn takes. Oh, okay, this is a knight mates now. Can he just take this knight? There's downtime. Bad, but there's a smothered mate, fancy smothered mate with knight check. If pawn takes, you have rook in. Okay, he was hoping for a pre-move of take this, like assuming it was a knight, but so that this pawn move was actually sneakier than you would think. He was assuming that Penguin would pre-move and take that, assuming it would be a knight check when it was not. So our score now 27.5 to 26.5. We are just about all tied up. Attacking this loose pawn. Can we just take that and then trade everybody? It's 2-for-1 sale over here. But Zyxon is in some trouble for being so greedy. Now a pawn is pretty crushing for Penguin. A queen, even more crushing. So rook plus pawn mates. Pawn alone is pretty crushing because I think you can just knight takes pawn, then stick another knight in. This looks pretty good. Is he trying to like use his own bishop? He is trying to use his own bishop. That move I don't know about. I think he should have put a queen in the back. So knight, or no, that doesn't quite mate because this bishop card's a wild position. Can we get away with taking this? It was a question. I think the answer was no. We can't get away with taking it. But he tried. He's going to give us the answer to the question. Queen in. That's probably pretty good. Okay. So knight check, king over. I don't necessarily see a follow-up here. So he's going for defense now. Shed a queen. And there's... Oh. Okay, that... Well, if you have two queens in hand, I think... I guess it's easier to find mate. We're all tied up. 27 all. And I just want to emphasize... These are extremely strong teams. Like, this is the consolation match. Like, 3rd versus 4th place. But whenever I tell anyone the teams, like, their first question to me is like, is this the finals? Because both of our semifinals matches could have easily gone the other way. So this is very strong teams here. So it's a 2-for-1 sale if he wants. But I think that leaves Zyxon in a safer position. That I don't know about. Did a pawn mate for his partner or something? Very odd move. So he does have a pretty good attack, and Wormpaca does not have a good attack. Oh, hold on. Maybe Wormpaca does have a good attack. Knight check. If pawn takes... Oh, I think one more rook mates for him. Oh, no. Maybe knight check, pawn takes. Queen check, knight in. And then you're threatening queen in here. But I think knight check is the move. It's just a vulnerable king. This pawn cuts off the queen from defending. Well, now this helps defend too. I think that was a missed opportunity by Wormpaca. Queen mates for Zyxon. Oh, not anymore. Rook still good. Knight. Yeah, bishop mates. And there's a bishop. I score now 28.5 to 27.5. Favoring Chicken and Zyxon. At some point I am going to have to double check my math. But I think we've been getting this right. Chicken going to pick up some material here. Oh, also he has a mate threat. This is really hard to defend against. So he can take this queen at any point, but he was going for mate. That's a win for Chicken's Zyxon. Chicken is sacking. Oh, but he picks up a little bit of extra material when he does it. Okay, rook mates. I don't think a rook is coming. So yeah, he's just gonna take that and go for the material. Probably just save this bishop. I would bring it back here, defend some. Yep. You could push the pawn. Okay, he's trying to come. Oh, that's interesting. Going after the rook. Pawn here is a threat. Gonna have to block it. Maybe pawn at e3. He's still defending pawn check. And like more pawns are good. What do you do with a knight? Oh, you got the pawn. Okay. This is cut off. King has to come here. Can you like just come in here, try to pick up the bishop maybe? That does leave d2 vulnerable. I think these squares are all covered though. Oh, queen's just traded. That's highly interesting. So knight wins, knight plus pawn wins for Zyxon. Zyxon downtime though. Okay, so see this board over here on the left? Completely irrelevant. You need to stop looking at that because the game is going to be decided on this board on the right. Zyxon needs to play chess against the best hyperbullet player in the world for 11 seconds. And he is down 2 pieces. So now down 2 pieces, now down 3 pieces. All right, so this pawn is going to be promoted. Another queen for Penguin. It's still 9 seconds. He can pre-move this whole promotion. This is covered. This is instant loss for Zyxon. It's just so difficult to play versus Penguin. All right, another win for the Penguin team. 29.5 to 28.5. Favoring Chicken's Zyxon. And you just can't get down time versus the Penguin team. He punishes you so much for that. Zyxon is attacking, but Penguin immediately defends. Rook mates. Okay. Mate for Chicken Penguin. Hold on, someone's challenging me to a 10-minute match. Let's go ahead and block this person. Block. Go ahead and decline the match. Alright. Penguin got sacked on. Do I have the scores right? Yeah, I do. Wormpaca attacking rook mates for Wormpaca because of this other mate. But this bishop is good too. Picks up a queen. I think you just take with queen here. He still wants the rook to mate. Wait, what? Why not just take it? Yeah, that. Oh, was that a fake queen? What? Or, oh, I'm sorry. I guess chicken is the beneficiary of all these pieces. This is chessmate. Zyxon just mated Penguin like at chess. There was like practically no trades there. Alright. 31.5 to 28.5. So potentially as few as 4 more games can decide this. Uh-oh. Pawn plus knight mates. Is that possible? Probably not. But that's what they're waiting for, clearly. Oh, queen mates. Seems unlikely. Zyxon will get a queen. Oh, we could have taken this before, but okay. But why can't we take this? Is a queen coming? Oh, I guess that's a trade. I don't think it's worth taking. But he's waiting to, I guess, deprive Zyxon of pieces. Zyxon does pawn takes pawn. Okay, knight check, I assume. Or maybe new knight in. Maybe he just takes this bishop, honestly. Or knight check, then take bishop. Oh, that's fancy. Okay. So, pawn check mates. Zyxon up 1 second and a pawn mates. There's one pawn in take. No, there's two pawns in take. So knight check or rook check would deprive him of a pawn. Might see rook check or knight check at the last minute. Oh wow, he just pulled back. That's very surprising. And Penguin gets the mate. I don't think that was coordinated well by them. So 31.5 to 29.5. I think that pawn could have been forced. I think they were better off waiting for it than going for a time scramble. Wormpaca has picked up some material here. Zyxon seems to have a fairly safe king, at least temporarily. Oh, now these pawns look a little menacing. Now his position looks like Swiss cheese. So, that's working out. Tempo this queen a little more, maybe? Throw a pawn in there. Okay, he's getting a knight in the board. Still significant holes in this position. Do we take that? I think we do. Maybe new knight in. Okay, new knight there. And a threaten pawn check to win the queen. So Wormpaca is staying safe. This knight moving somewhere. You can make a mate threat. Leave the queen hanging. Knight takes pawn to be mate. Knight plus rook is mate for Wormpaca, but he's just going to keep rolling. Picks up a rook. Picks up a pawn. Oh, he could have taken this pawn, maybe. Wormpaca is playing chess. Seems to be winning at chess. There's that sneaky mate. Still sneaky mate. Zyxon has defended. We can really need some material. Pawn check, bishop check. There's a queen for chicken. Not sure a queen is sufficient to do stuff yet. Zyxon trying to attack. So does chicken win a knight? We take this. Okay, chicken is doing things with initiative. Another knight would be good. Okay. Oh, he's threatening promotion. But that's mate. 31.5 to 30.5. Favoring chicken's Zyxon. On today's games, Penguin Wormpaca up by 2. 12 to 10. Thanks for the follow from Ultimately. Zyxon lost the game of chicken. Oh yeah, grassy bent. Honestly, I was underestimated with 1,800 when I said I'd blocked 1,800 people. Um, maybe like a week and a half ago when I tried to block True Player when he was like 1800, which is ridiculous. Um, it wouldn't let me, and at that point I had 1800 blocked players. But I think I've blocked, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 more people since then. Okay, so bishop could be good. Okay, I like this move. He's threatening like discovered check shenanigans, and he's also covering some weak squares. Taking the queen. This is still covered for now. Oh, this is now not covered. So if Zyxon can get a diagonal, we can start mounting an attack. Oh, Zyxon is down 10 seconds. So this is game over. Zyxon would really like this. That they gave him the diagonal. Why did he give him the diagonal? I guess they figure Wormpaca's gonna win. I don't know if that's true. I mean, it looks like Chicken has a forced mate. Yeah, that was really poor coordination with Penguin Wormpaca. They could have just deprived Zyxon of pieces, and with no attack, he would have just lost. So that was kind of a weird life decision there. Yeah, chat thinks it's a throw. Yeah, go die in the fire. Maybe my catchphrase. I was trying to be more family friendly since we're at the homepage in bed right now. Zyxon attacking. Maybe he wants another pawn to win more stuff. No, he's going after the queen. That's a strong move also. Bishop is pretty crushing for Chicken. Queen is a form of bishop. Maybe queen back here and then pawn. I don't know. He really wants a pawn, it looks like. Okay. Yeah, that's going to work. If queen takes, we take this way. Then we have rook in the back. That's the win for Chicken's Zyxon. We're at 33.5 to 30.5. His first to 35. So if my math is right, 2 more games. And when I say if my math is right, keep in mind the score I see in front of me is 12 to 12. So that's the score for today. Let me just make sure my math is right, adding this stuff up. So we started off 21.5 to 18.5. So yeah, my math was right. Uh, okay. So Chicken is being attacked and he's also attacking. Penguin Wormpaca up 10 seconds. This could easily determine the outcome of the game. Can you take this? Like knight check, just slide. You're threatening new knight in. Yeah, this looks pretty crushing for Wormpaca. Don't think you can do knight take. Maybe new knight in, potentially. I think Wormpaca wants to keep check here. If he doesn't keep check, knight at f3 is a threat. So I guess one possibility would be sticking a bishop on g4 to defend that square, also defend his knight. And he does it. Wow. Okay. So now we have threats of like knight send. I think we take that. So if bishop takes bishop, I think you have knight check. If king over, knight check. And then you try to go in here. Okay, threat of pawn in. Oh, we could... Okay, he's taking the bishop. King can come in here. This works too. That's another win for the Penguin Wormpaca team. 33.5 to 31.5. Even chicken size on. So still could be over in as little as 2 games. What? On wins? Okay. Well, 34.5 to 31.5. This could be match point right here. So Zyxon's position has a bunch of holes in it. Penguin seems fairly safe. Chicken trying to attack. Gotta shed the queen. Also had knight check. That might have been better than taking the queen, honestly. He should have considered knight check first. But maybe they were worried that the other team would sit. So what did he give a queen to Zyxon? I mean, Zyxon's kind of in live mode right now. I think we take this, although we could take the knight first. Okay, so what does chicken do now? Going after this knight, it looks like. Zyxon's still trying to live. Oh, Zyxon maybe wants a pawn. Come in. Pawn for g6. Chicken is winning some material here. That's a free pawn. That's a free bishop. This is going to help Zyxon mate. Okay, pawn check. Queen in. And that is game over. Chicken uptime doesn't need to move. But he can move if he wants to. Alright, I think that's GG's. They're saying GG's in the chat. So that is a win for Chicken Zyxon. It was first to 35. So I'm going to put the final score in the Twitch chat. Final score 35.5 to 31.5. Favoring Chicken and Zyxon. Alright, I'm going to try to put this up on YouTube pretty quickly. By the way, this is... So this is the end of the open section, because we've already played the finals. This is determined 3rd versus 4th place. The 3rd place team is Chicken Zyxon. 4th place team, Penguin and Wormpaca. We look at the challenge, if we look at the open bracket, we see that our winners, 1st place, are Grandmasters Larso and Gena 217. Our 2nd place team, National Masters Marvel and DC for Life and No Chewy Candy. So there in the open section, there's payouts for 1st to 4th place, get money prizes. I think 5th through 8th, they might get chess.com diamond memberships instead of money. I forget off the top of my head. In the challenger section, I think 1st, 2nd, and 3rd get money prizes, and I think 4th through 8th place get chess.com diamond memberships. So we still have matches left to go in the challenger section. Let's check out the challenger section. So by the way, let me make sure we don't start up a new game. Let's do unfollow. I was following Penguin this whole time. All right, so in the challengers bracket, we have completed the semifinals. So the finals will be Christopher Edler and 918 Evo. They're going to be playing Tom Rainey and Pearl the Dragon. Finals have not been scheduled yet. I think they're hoping to play this weekend. Generally, what happens is the organizers start a chat on chess.com and include all 4 players in the chat, let them negotiate times amongst themselves. I'm not the arbiter for the challenger section, and I was messaged by one of the players who said that the arbiter did not create the chats yet. And we're like, I don't know, like 4 days after their match, after their Sunday match. So it's kind of odd the chats haven't been created yet, but they are raring to go. And our consolation match in the challenger section will be Jack Brooks and I Like Bughouse versus Islodhego Garoda and I Am Frosty. So I don't think either of those have been scheduled yet. Let me just check real quick, see if anyone submitted to schedule in. Nope. So we don't know when those matches will be yet. But when they happen, I will be sure to cover them. They should happen within the next 2 weeks, maybe even this weekend. I wasn't sure how long this match was going to be, so I actually asked for in-bed time until 12:30 Eastern. So I'm still on the chess.com homepage for another like 25 minutes. Do I lag during my stream? No, I have a strong computer. I don't lag. Anyone out there want a partner? I don't want to end my stream when I'm still on the homepage because they won't take me off the homepage. It'll just be dead air. So I'd feel bad about that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end my stream so there'll be a clean VOD, and I'll restart and I'll just play my... Oh, Chicken wants to partner. Okay, let's partner Chicken. Let's find Chicken. And we have a 30-minute match request. So let's go ahead and go to his profile. We'll block him.
Okay. Hello, Chuck.
Hey. Yeah, let's play. I was going to start a new VOD, but I guess I should start it. Let me just end and then start again. It'll just take 1 second.